Did you know that the Angry Kamehameha Wave is the wrong color and it's fired with the wrong hand in Tenkaichi 3? Now, it's always been shown to be yellow and to be fired with the left hand, but in this game, it's fired with the right, and it's blue. I guess it's to keep it in line with the other Kamehameha waves, but I mean, it's a slight little detail. Now, this is one of the many details that we'll be covering today, but before we move on, I would love if you would like and subscribe for more content like this. Now, speaking of things being incorrect, everybody was on my head about Goku being in base form in the manga during the father-son Kamehameha. Now, I will admit, I was wrong, and I was just used to the anime depiction, but the devs got this incorrect too in Tenkaichi 3, because Gohan uses two hands and then he switches to one hand. Now, I thought maybe it's because he isn't battle damaged, but at that point, why even make him change to one hand? It's a little nitpicky, but they were wrong too, so shut up. Some versions of Budokai 2 have an extra level in the Dragon World, which is the story mode of this game. And this extra level makes references to the Nekomajin manga. Dende and Mr. Popo are replaced by characters from the series, and occasionally one of the other characters will appear in the background and actually transform into a Super Saiyan. Going back to this extra stage, this is actually where Tien, the fusion between Yamcha and Tien, is introduced, and he is the only person other than Goku that you can actually use on the stage. You can even fight him. Staying with Budokai 2, we have all tried at least once to catch up to Babidi, but he just runs. But through hacking, you can finally see what happens when you catch up to him. You go right into a fight, and it's actually against Dr. Zero. Beat'em doesn't do anything, but at least Babidi can't run anymore. The PSP games were some of the best, and they included some interesting mechanics. Prime example, Broly. They did an amazing job making sure that he was menacing, even down to the way he shakes the screen when he walks. Also, everybody in this game has an animation for dodging, except for Broly. He just stands there and tanks hits instead of dodging, and it really helps sell his character as being the legend that he is. Staying with the PSP games, Tenkaichi Tag Team is a game that I did not get a lot of time in. It was the last entry in the Tenkaichi series coming out in 2010, but in every other game, once you fused, you were fused permanently. And this game was the first and only in the Tenkaichi series to feature the fusions actually defusing during battle. Shifting back to the console games, Budokai 1 specifically, Goku has a very interesting alternate costume. Now, it's a reference to the cover of the 10th volume of Dragon Ball Z on the 26th if you're following the Japanese version, since it isn't split from OG Dragon Ball. There's another character that also seems to either reference this costume or it's just all a coincidence. That character is Terry Bogard, specifically the Wild Wolf variation. Now, as you can see, it's extremely similar, but I mean, it's a pretty basic fit too. If you guys know any more about this, please drop some info down below, because the influence Dragon Ball seems to have it's quite interesting. Another interesting inclusion to me is Sin Shenron in Infinite World. The Shadow Dragon makes a return from Budokai 3 where he's pretty broken, but I guess they decided to nerf him to hell this go around because he doesn't have any access to his supers until you transform to Omega. Now, I did try to look into why this could have been, but I couldn't find any reasoning. If you know why he's restricted like that, I would love to know. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is already almost 4 years old, but it introduced a lot of new fans to the world of Dragon Ball, and it actually introduced a character that many of us weren't familiar with. And it's actually Dr. Gero's wife, who makes an appearance in Capsule Corps and is the basis for Android 21. Now, we do know her name. I'm not saying it because I'm not about to butcher it, but there it is. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.